Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a lovely princess named Snow White. She had skin as white as the purest snow, hair as black as ebony, and cheeks as rosy as ripe apples. Snow White was always kind and cheerful, and her laughter could brighten even the darkest days. One sunny morning, Snow White playing in the castle gardens, she came across a little bird with vibrant feathers. The bird chirped and danced, catching Snow White's attention. It hopped from branch to branch, leading Snow White deeper into the forest. The forest is so beautiful, with tall trees, colorful flowers, and friendly animals. As Snow White followed the little bird, she stumbled upon a tiny cottage nestled among the trees. Curious, she opened the door and discovered that the cottage belonged to 7 adorable dwarfs. The dwarfs were named Happy, Sleepy, Bashful, Sneezy, Grumpy, Dopey, and Doc. They were surprised to find Snow White at their doorstep. They welcomed her with open arms. Snow White's heart was filled with joy as she made new friends. Together, they played games, sang songs, and danced happily in the cottage. Snow White's kind nature and gentle spirit won the hearts of the dwarfs, and they became like a big family. They took care of one another, making sure everyone was happy and loved. One day, while the dwarfs were away working in the mines, Snow White heard a gentle knock at the door. When she opened it, she found a friendly old lady holding a basket of shiny red apples. The old lady, with a mischievous twinkle in her eye, and with sweet and inviting voice, asked Snow White, "Would you like an apple, my dear?" Snow White, being polite, and took a bite from the reddest apple. Oh no! The apple was cursed. Snow White fell into a deep, deep sleep, and nothing could wake her. When the dwarfs returned home, they found Snow White lying peacefully, fast asleep. They were filled with sadness and hugged her tightly, hoping she would wake up. They couldn't see their dear friend in such a state. But then, as if by magic, a handsome prince arrived in the forest. The prince had heard about Snow White and her situation. The prince leaned down and gave a gentle kiss on Snow White's cheek. Suddenly, her eyes fluttered open, and a smile spread across her face. True love had broken the curse. The dwarfs rejoiced and celebrated. Snow White and the prince danced together, their joy filling the forest with enchantment. From that day forward, Snow White and the prince lived happily in the castle, surrounded by love, laughter, and friendship of the dwarfs. Whenever children hear this story, they remember the kindness of Snow White, and how true love can overcome any obstacle.
The end.